Hey, good morning, my YouTube family. Uh, Welcome to my sitting here with Brian on the back porch, uh, talking about Thanksgiving. Because today is, if this I'm recording this video, 11/27/25, Thanksgiving Day, and I'm making this video to talk about all the things that I'm grateful for. And the first thing I want to share is how grateful I am for each and every one of you that's in my life. Um, Either whether you know me through social media or you know me in person, a friend, a relationship, family, um, all the different eras of my life. So I just want to tell you all how grateful I am for you, because all of the all of the experiences that I've had in my life, and if you know me, we had them together. We had a lot of them together. Uh, they shaped who I am. And one of the things that I'm so grateful for today, and I'm learning these lessons recently, is everything that I experience in my life. I understand that without that, I wouldn't be who I am today. And all of those situations taught me one really, really valuable lesson. And this is another thing that I'm super grateful for, is that for my survival techniques for all those years, was to reach outside of myself for something to hold on to, something that, that helping hand or whatever. And my behavior, it affected a lot of you in that way, like where I just, I didn't have the ability then to show up as me. It's just that wounded person. And I want to say thank you for being there for me, and also thank you for enduring whatever pain or discomfort that I may have caused, in my behavior. And one other thing I'm very grateful for is to know that I did the best I could in those situations, and I know you did too. All of us, we all did our best, and I'm grateful that I can finally just release all the shame that I had towards myself for ways that I acted, things that I did, behavior that I, was ashamed of. Ashamed of, yeah, that's it. And I'm so grateful now that I can look back on that and all those different parts of my life and just love it for what it was. It was a learning experience for me to learn this very, very valuable lesson. And this is a huge thing that I'm grateful for now, is that I was just waiting for me to show up. Like I wasn't capable before to show up as me, because I didn't even know what that looked like. I was too busy trying to be somebody else, or trying to look for something else to keep me going. And I understand that guidance, that clarity, that love, that person, that feeling of home, um, that I'd always been searching for outside of myself, is right here inside of my heart. The bird agrees. And I can't even explain how grateful I am now to understand that about me, and know that I can look inside myself. I don't have to look at something fabricated or synthetic or to do that for me. I just look in the mirror and be like, oh, here it is. Brian, he's connected. That's the face of God. I'm so grateful that I understand that I am literally God's representation of humanity, and not just me, but every single human being on the planet. Like, I'm so grateful to know that I am the physical manifestation of God incarnate. That's why Jesus said that promise is for all of us. We're all that, and a bag of Skittles. And I'm so grateful that I understand that now, that like it was all inside of myself the whole time. And it's kind of like that delayed gratification where, if you were like me and spoiled as a kid, believe me, I was spoiled rotten as a kid. But the anticipation of, Christmas and the gifts that were under the tree, and maybe some of you can relate to this, and just that, oh my gosh, I can't wait to open it. And, I always did that looking outside myself. Whether it was something else, I would like, oh my God, look at this. And then, whether it was racing or, friends or whatever, it could have been anything. And I had all that, yay, this is going to be great. And then when I opened it, it was like, getting a pair of socks from grandma or something. You got to, oh, thanks, grandma, get a big kiss. But, just that disappointment. And now I understand this 55 years of my life, that all that anticipation was me, like, under the Christmas tree, there's this great big gift, and I open it up and it's me inside of there. It's like, whoa. And that's how I feel right now. And I'm so grateful for that, because what it's done is, number one, it's let me off the hook, like all this weight I was carrying, but it's also let everyone else around me off the hook that I blamed for me not being able to open that present, of me. And I've let all that shit go, and that's why, I'm here to heal. I know I have a lot of repairing of relationships to do, and I am up for the challenge, because I realize that I can show up and not some fabricated synthetic version of myself. And the peace and the safety that I feel inside of myself now, because I've made that choice to look inside of me for that strength and that power, that, obviously in connection with prayer and meditation and all that, we'll get to that in for future videos, social media. Oh my gosh. But that feeling of safety and just like, oh wow, okay, everything's okay, wow, oh my God, it is, and then as my brain starts to go back to that, oh well, look at all this money you gotta pay. It's like, okay, it's okay, we're all right, that's the old you. It doesn't work anymore. Jesus said you have to die, you must be born again. And after the umpteenth time, here I am, Thanksgiving Day, 55 years old, and born again. It's like, whoa, and I don't have it all figured out. And I'm thankful for that. Like, I'm thankful for this adventure that life is. And man, I'd like to say that I'm done with hard times. I know that's not the case, because that's just part of life. Contrast, like, go follow Esther Hicks, she'll tell you all about that. But it's just different now, because it's like, okay, well, yeah, all right, yeah, and yeah, it's kind of shitty, but wait, it's okay, look inside, breathe, get the birds, God, thank you, Jesus, oh my God, I can't wait to have your mind, like, we're working on it. But that peace and that safety, and it reminds me of, like I love the Bible, and I'm really excited about kind of sharing my thoughts, my insight, my perception of what that scripture talks about, and it I'm really excited about doing that. But one of the stories that I really love in the Bible, and I kind of never really understood until like today, is the prodigal son. And I won't go into it. You can look it up, chat GPT it, and they'll tell you. And what if I had to describe the feeling, the sensation of what I'm actually feeling in my body right now? It's like if you could imagine like this never-ending, like warm, comforting embrace at a homecoming, whether it was, coming back from war, high school, dance, whatever, any kind of a homecoming where it's just like, yes, I'm home. And I feel that now. And I hope you can feel that, if you resonate with that, like that's where I'm at. If it feels good to you, you can get there too, and all it takes is just looking in the mirror at how beautiful you are. And I'm so grateful for that understanding now, and like I can't control what everybody else around me thinks, and that was never my job. And I tried to, I tried to be perfect, so everything was it, and then I just fucking gave up, and then I was a shitbag, and like it happens. But that's where I was, and it's the truth. It's honest. It's, I know I don't want to go back there. I don't want to do that anymore. I just want to show up in my truth and my peace and safety, and like this feeling, I really believe is the goal of my practice, my spiritual awakening practice, is just to experience this all the time, that vibration of just like completeness and thorough, and like, and I mean, money was obviously a huge part of that, like that part of that misread, like a data misread. I just read it wrong because my hardwiring was in a different place, and that's okay. And we're fixing it right now. I'm fixing it. It's a practice. It's like, I understand that money is cool, and I want to be a billionaire. So, you finish it. It's like, oh God, what I could do with just billions and billions of dollars, like fucking, like Marky Z money, and fucking, Elon Musk kind of money. Like, oh my God, like how cool would that be? I could just, anytime a problem came up, I just fucking throw money at it, but that was an illusion that I had too. That was putting money on a pedestal. And yeah, money's fucking cool, and I can't wait to have it and share it, widely. But I understand that none of that would have mattered to me. I always would have been in this state of like paranoia, like a lot of rich people are, and no shame, no judgment, but like you're like always afraid, oh God, how am I going to keep this? And it's like, now I understand that it's not a constriction of any of that, especially when I look to myself for what I thought money could do for me. Whoa, it's like, boom, it just blows it wide open. There's no constriction. It's just nothing but expansion. Like, because we live in an ever-expanding universe. We're eternal beings in these temporary meat suits, and I'm like, okay, let's say I'm halfway there. I'm 55. I'd love to live to 110. That would be amazing. That'd be awesome. Longer if, whatever. I don't care. It doesn't fucking matter, because it's all good. And I'm grateful. You don't even understand how grateful I am for just that presence of peace that's in me, the peace of God that transcends all understanding. Like, that's all in me now because I recognize God in me. And I'm like, oh, you're already there. I just never saw it, I was too busy looking outside of myself for it, And the gold is always, it's just always going to be right here inside of us. So, again, if this, I hope this encourages you. I hope this inspires you as you, go around your family and be grateful. And just like, even if you got to go see some shitty family right now, just be grateful for it, because it's like, it gives you an opportunity, to understand that that's part of your journey. And karmic cycles end. It happens, you go through things like that. This is a year 9, which, I'm not an expert, but in numerology, it's an end of cycle year. And I'm so excited that I've ended this cycle of who I was so I can be who I am, and get a motorcycle. But yeah. All right, speaking of that, yeah. Woohoo! Go Jonesy. Daytona's coming up. See you there.